Hey, Sam.
What's going on?
Hey, man. We will begin with JB Ricks.
Mr. Sam Howell, good to see you again, brother. Thank you for taking out this time. I wanted to hit you up with us being about 2 weeks away from the season finally kicking off. What is your level of anticipation, considering all of the offseason hoopla that you guys have had to deal with, and now that this season is like right on the cuffs? Where is your level of anticipation to just get this thing going? And I have a follow-up question to that as well.
Yeah, I think we're super excited. Everyone on the team, we're all super excited. There's been a lot of talk about this team on the outside. There's been a lot of noise, a lot of good talk going on about the team. But we're just ready to get out there on the field and show what we can do. We're tired of people talking about it. We just want to go out there and do it. You know what I'm saying? So we're super excited, working hard. I feel really good about where we are heading into 2 weeks out.
And my follow-up question is, with 2 weeks remaining in camp and your preparation for your season opener, what have you seen? I mean, you being the leader of this team, what needs to be ironed out in these last 14 days before you play Virginia?
Yeah, I think the big thing is just consistency on both sides of the ball. I think we can get better on both sides, just being more consistent. I think at times we play some really, really good football in practice, and at times we don't. So I think just the main thing is just being really consistent, and I think that's what we struggled with in the past, is not being consistent. And that's something we've been working on, just trying to take it one play at a time and try to make the most of that one play. So that's our main focus leading into the game, just being consistent.
Appreciate you.
CL Brown, go ahead.
Hey, Sam. The ACC came out and announced about their policy in terms of forfeiting games, and they're not rescheduling games if a team can't play because of COVID. And I know it's a personal question, but I wanted to ask you if you are vaccinated.
Yeah, I think that's just one of the great things that you have with living in this country, is everyone has the chance to do what they want. Everyone has the freedoms, whether they want to get the vaccine or not. I don't talk about those type of things. Obviously, some people got it, some people haven't got it. But yeah, I think it's different. It's a different time. We saw the guidelines the ACC put it out, and no one really likes it. But it is what it is. That's the time we're going through right now.
Yeah, and what was your take? I'm assuming you saw what happened to NC State during the College World Series and stuff. I was just curious what your thoughts were to see a team have to step out of the highest competition because of it.
Yeah, it's sad, man. They work so hard to get to that point. Everyone knows how hard it is to get to that point, especially in baseball. So, it sucks to get to the end and have something like that happen. But, some things you just can't control. It's just sad to see things like that happen. Whether it's at NC State or not, it's sad to see.
Thanks.
All right, let's go over to Andrew Jones.
Hey, Sam, you guys have had a little bit more than a couple of weeks, 2 scrimmages so far. How has the chemistry with your receivers improved since fall camp started?
Yeah, I think it's come a very long way. I think we started a little bit early on the fall camp, and especially after our scrimmage today, we feel really good. We connected on a lot of throws. I think this past week has been really good for us. We develop a level of consistency. The connection feels really good with all our receivers. So I feel really good about where we are with the receiver room. They've worked hard. They've done everything right. So it's just a matter of me giving them a chance to make plays, and they've made some really amazing catches all camp. So we're super excited about those guys.
When we talk to guys at different position groups on both sides of the ball, one of the things they've talked about with the increasing talent and depth across the board is how much better competition has been since fall camp started. Can you kind of speak to the differences that you've seen and how the different position groups and guys are battling now as opposed to a couple of years ago when there wasn't as much depth on the team?
Yeah, it's awesome to see. I think we have a lot of depth. So we rotate a lot of guys. So guys are more fresh when they get in, and they can truly give all they got when they get their reps. And there's talent all over the field, and people want to prove that they want to prove how good they are. There's the competition's been crazy. It's been better than I've seen the first 2 years I was here. So I think if you compete in practice, we're going against the best in practice. So the game should be easier than practice if we're practicing the right way. So we've definitely done that this fall camp. So I feel really good about where we are. Both sides competing. Defense has good days, offense has good days. So I feel really good about where we are.
Well, thanks, man.
Okay, Gregory Hall, go ahead.
Hey, Sam, I wanted to get kind of what you saw from the second scrimmage today and how things went, what you guys were trying to accomplish, and if you think it was a better performance than last week.
Yeah, I think it was a much better performance from us on the offensive side of the ball this week. We definitely look more consistent out there and just look more fluent. And we just look comfortable as an offensive unit. I don't think we looked comfortable in our first scrimmage, and we had a really good week of practice, and we went out there and showed it today. So I feel really good about where we are coming out of the scrimmage. It was a really important day for us on offense. Just to kind of have everything clicking, and we were definitely clicking out there today. So I feel really good about it.
Have you felt more pressure in the backfield maybe than in the past, just with the depth that the defensive line has, and with Tamon Fox returning, and just the ability of the outside backers to kind of create pass rush?
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a really good job. I think our D-line is definitely the best it's been since I've been here. But I think our O-line is a lot better than they were our first 2 years, and that's something that's really exciting going into the year. Coach Searles does a really good job with those guys, and we have all 5 on back. And we have some more depth on the line too, and those guys can play. I think my first 2 years we felt good with probably 6 or 7 linemen. I think now we feel good with about 8 or 9. And that's really huge going into the season.
Casey Hintz, go ahead.
Hi, Sam. I know you've talked a lot about wanting to work on getting the ball out quicker. I'm just wondering how you think you've progressed over the last, few weeks, month with that, as well as, kind of what role has the rest of the guys on offense played in helping you progress and allowing you to, not only get it out quicker, but make good, clean decisions?
Yeah, I just think it's just everyone being on the same page and just being one step ahead of the defense. If we see a certain thing, then we know where the ball should go. I think the main thing as far as getting the ball out quicker is just me doing a better job knowing where my running back is on every single play and just being able to check it down, avoiding a sack. And it's been a whole offensive, just something we've been working on as a whole offensive unit, is just limiting those sacks. And I think everyone can do a better job in helping with that, and that leads with me. So we've done a really good job of kind of getting the ball out quicker. I've done a better job getting the ball out quicker, and those guys have done a really good job when the defense is being pressured, just kind of knowing where to go and know where to expect the ball.
Archansky, go ahead.
You're on mute, Art.
There you go, Art.
Hey, Sam, fans are fans. They have no control over what happens in the game. And this is I've been around a long time. This is the most highest anticipation I can ever remember for a Carolina season. And fans might freak out at the possibility of a loss. As a player going into a game with the most pressure that you've had since you've been here, do you actually think about the possibility of losing and what it would be like bouncing back from that? Or is that just from a player standpoint? Is that something that never enters your mind until the game's over and what it is?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I try not to think about losing. Obviously, not everyone knows the hype we have and the anticipation we have going into this season. No one wants to go out there and lose week 1. So we know we have a really good challenge in Virginia Tech week 1, and we know it's going to take our best to go up there and get a win. But we just try to control what we can control. Going there with the same mindset as we do every single game, and trying not to let the pressure or any of that get to us. Just play our game, and everyone do the best they can and try to do everything they can to help our team win. And at the end of the day, if it's not enough, it's not enough, and we got to get better. But that's just kind of our mindset as a team.
Great answer. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah.
All right, we have time for 2 more questions. First, we'll go over to Andrew Jones.
Hey, Sam, Mac told us last Sunday that Caleb Hood was running behind Ty Chandler as the number 2 running back. He was a quarterback in high school, big, strong guy, maybe doesn't look like your standard typical fast running back, but Mac spoke about his speed. We've seen some of that speed in practice. Can you tell everybody what you've seen from Caleb and the variety of things he's capable of doing?
Yeah, no, I've been really impressed with Caleb. I didn't really know what to expect. He played quarterback in high school. He was a phenomenal runner when he was at Richmond. And I really didn't know how he would kind of be as a running back. He's never did it before. And I think early on he struggled a little bit. He didn't really know how to run at the running back position. And he's worked really hard. He's put a lot of time in the film and stuff like that. And he's getting to the point now where he just looks comfortable. And he's smooth. He's a smooth runner. He's a big guy. He does a really good job running routes out of the backfield, and he has a great understanding of the game. He's a former quarterback, so he does a really good job. And I'm super impressed with him. Early on, I probably didn't think he had a chance to play any meaningful snaps this year, and I think I completely changed my mind now, and he's earned some playing time. So I feel really good about Caleb.
Thank you.
All right, Ross Martin, close us out.
Hey, Sam, I wanted to go back to the CL's vaccination question. Not anything about whether your status or and that whole thing, but as a leader on the team and kind of, obviously lead the team, the quarterback, what have the discussions been like in the program and in the building about vaccinations? Like, have you led them or have people led them? And kind of what's that look like from your perspective of how that goes on with the team?
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing Coach Brown does a really good job of is he gets us all the information we want. And we talk about it. Obviously some people want you to get it, some people don't want you to get it. People have different opinions on it. But I think the main thing that we've done is we talk about it every day. And Coach Brown gives us all the resources we need. He puts us in contact with all the people you could want to talk to, doctors, anybody you would want to talk to about it. And, from a player standpoint, we don't really talk about it within each other. We know everyone has the right to do what they want. But now from a team, we talk about it in team meetings, and Coach Brown just kind of gives us all the information that we need.
Great, thanks, man.
All right, Sam, thank you for a couple of minutes this afternoon. Appreciate it.
Yep, thanks, guys.